Excellent condition. The stream is in excellent condition, which means I'm in excellent condition, and Eric is in excellent condition.
I could be better. I've been better. I almost died choking on a lifesaver.
Lifesaver, yeah.
How ironic.
Yeah, really. So
Hello.
This is Mario Wonder. This is Happy Halloween, and I'm justifying this by one, I haven't played this game yet, and two, Mario wears costumes all the time. So
Yeah. You don't have to justify it. Just fucking play Mario Wonder. It's great.
this is what I've been hearing.
Mostly from me.
And of course, like I'm just getting Luigi. Yeah, I got this game and it showed up the afternoon after I left. After the afternoon I left for Tennessee. And
Oh right, yeah. You said you went back for that horror movie marathon.
Yes. Can I talk to these things? No.
I don't think so.
He's got like a little aura around him. It makes me feel like I should be able to talk to him.
They have like a little flower gasm sometimes, and their heads pop out into like petals.
So, they've clearly given up on the new Super Mario Brothers the naming scheme. But this looked like it's just a kind of another one of, I mean, I guess better. Everybody's saying it's better than all of those.
This is way better. This is in my mind, this is the sequel to Super Mario Brothers 3.
I mean, that's high praise.
That's, to me, that is its closest analog. Although it's also a little bit in the way that Mario Galaxy and Galaxy 2 and Mario Odyssey and Mario 3D World all have you doing like where it just like throws a bunch of ideas at you constantly.
Yeah.
Like that's what this game's vibe is. Whereas new Super Mario Brothers games are, I mean, the first one of those was very much intended to be just a throwback to the OG Mario.
Yeah.
And then they added like the wall jumping, and then the Wii U one had, did the original, I can't remember if the original new Super Mario Brothers had wall jumping, but
I think it did, but it's been so, I mean, I could pull it out and find out, but it's been so
I don't
long since
remember.
I played it. Okay, so,
it wasn't
Bowser
until the
touched
Wii U
a
one.
flower,
Yep. And he turned into a castle.
turned into Mecha Bowser.
Yep. That shoots fart gas everywhere.
Yeah.
And that's the story of Mario Wonder.
I mean, that's on par for a Mario game.
Yeah. But Mario Odyssey had a certain cinematic quality to some of the stuff in it that
Yes. He merged with our beautiful castle.
such as the power of the Wonder Flowers. I mean, that was
the
pretty
art
scary,
style
right?
is like a little different than New Super Mario Brothers. They kind of look like and I don't know if this is just because I'm playing it on a 4K TV, so it's having to be upscaled with the weird AI upscaling that my TV does. But they kind of look like little toys, like action figure.
Yeah. I think this game looks really great.
Yeah, I like it.
Wait till you see it in motion, because it's really the animation is really where it pops out. Like the first time you get to be Elephant Mario, I was like, fuck yeah. This is the best game I've played this year.
This year has been absolutely fucking bananas, and I have no idea how I'm going to.
It's been very good.
pare
I don't
this
know if-
down to like a top 5.
Yeah, I don't know if that's where I'm gonna wind up having finished it, but the first two levels I thought were pretty amazing. But But just like this, all the stuff that's going on in the background, like there's just so much really beautiful art in this game.
Good. I like when I stomp the Goomba, it just says good.
Well, that's instead of, since there's no points, that's your scale, and then if you go from good to great to something to wonderful, and then you get a 1-up. So.
Okay, we got an apple with a. All right.
There he is. Yeah, so there's like a weird multiplayer component. Okay, so here, duck.
Could we be playing this together?
Do yourself a favor and duck, and then walk, and then swing your trunk. Uh-huh. Told you, this is the best fucking video game that came out this year. Wait till you go into a pipe or through a door. It's very funny. Oh yeah, also you can put water in your trunk and...
I mean, that feels like you... I mean, if they didn't let you do that, it would feel wrong in so many ways. What the hell are purple coins for? Why do I have purple coins?
So regular coins do normal Mario coin stuff, but the purple coins are... So the big ones, you have to collect all 3 of those in each level in order to...
They're like the Yoshi.
Yeah,
Star
like that's how you.
Dragon
Yes, yeah. I think the Wii U, or I think at least Mario, or no, it was Mario 3D World where you had to like get at the top of the flag too.
Yes.
Instead of 100% of level, you have to get, each level has 2 or 3 Wonder Seeds, and sometimes there's like a hidden exit or whatever. And then you also have to collect all 3 of those coins and get the top of the flag.
So is that thing that made all those pipes, is that a Wonder Seed or no?
Maybe no. Those are like little mini wonder things. You'll know when you get the wonder flower.
Yeah,
oh, there. Yeah. So there's one of these in every level, and then that will get you 1 wonder seed, and then you'll get another one when you finish the level. And then sometimes there's like a secret exit or whatever.
So we're just full on like touching fuzzy, getting dizzy here. This is just...
All
the
kinds
Wonder
of crazy
Seed
shit.
is a tab of acid.
Yep. All kinds of crazy shit happens when you hit the wonder flower.
But so,
oh yeah.
Well, I have 39.4 purple coins.
Well, so the purple coins, in addition to being a collectible for getting 100% a level, there's little shops scattered around the world, and then there's a badge system, and the badges give you this game is like a skill tree or something. Like you can equip a badge to get a power, but most of the badges are just...
I've always wanted a Mario game with a skill tree. That's...
Well, so most of the badges are just the special things from all the other Mario games. So there's one that lets you do like the crouch super jump from Mario 2 or Mario 64. Oh, nice. There's one that lets you do the crazy Luigi wiggle leg jump.
Nice. Everybody loves the kick.
Yeah, there's one that lets you do like a double jump, like you can jump and then do like a spin jump to get extra height.
Nice.
I don't. There's a bunch of them. I haven't gotten the last one, and I haven't gotten the Princess Peach float yet. So I'm guessing that maybe the last one is that, but I don't know for sure. Would be a bummer if that wasn't in this game, given all the other stuff.
So can we play this together, or is it local only?
We could probably. So this doesn't do the new Super Mario Brothers thing unless you're playing locally, I don't think, where you're playing at the same time, but you can summon a bunch of ghosts that are kind of like playing with you. Like, you know what I mean? Like you can't interact with each other, but you can kind of like play through the level. And so there's like racing, or you can put down a thing, and if somebody touches it, they'll bring you back to life if you die.
Nice.
But it doesn't do like the wacky new Super Mario Brothers, just like jump on your friend's head and
frustrate the hell out of your friends if you're Anthony.
Right. Yeah. which that's for better and worse, because that was kind of a fun way to play those games.
You can still do that locally, though, right?
I don't know if you can interact with each other even locally on that level. And you definitely can't do the bubble thing, which I was listening to. It might have been Jeff. A couple of different people that have kids on podcasts were talking about how they kind of miss having the bubble thing because it meant that they could just put their kids in a bubble and like get them through a hard part. Whereas in this game, you have to die and then you get to be a ghost for 5 seconds. But if you don't get touched after that 5 seconds, then it's just game over for you.
It's Cuphead.
Yeah.
Whoa, there's a Luigi block there. What is there? What?
There's those. Every character has those blocks at times.
Is it? Am I supposed to try to hit it with my head, or is it?
Yeah. Usually it's just like flower coins or a power up or something. Usually.
Oh, but that's right. I'm on these bouncy blocks. That's a one up.
Yeah, you might be able to just reach it. Yeah. So like yeah, those blocks will be in different places for different characters. Also there's like these levels where there's just a bunch of like hidden like blocks and stuff that you can play with people, and like so if you play online you can have somebody can be Mario and somebody can be Peach and somebody can be Luigi, and then you can like show the other people where the hidden block is. Which is just like a weird it's almost like the Dark Souls co-op.
Good lord. But yeah, I saw Patrick Klepek posted something on Blue Sky about like, I guess like most of his writing now is like about playing games with his kids. And
yeah, he has a
like specifically a Substack.
Yeah.
But he specifically was like, it's not like I wish there were better options in this game for playing with my kids, basically. And I was like, well, that means nothing to me. So, I mean, I guess maybe when I play with my nephews, maybe I'll be kind of like, oh,
maybe.
Like,
I don't. How old are they?
The youngest one is 5, the oldest one is 12, and there's one in the middle, so...
Well, the 2 older ones will probably be fine. The 5-year-old might have some problems. Anyway, this game's fucking good.
Yeah, I mean, I'm always a sucker for a good Mario game, but...
I don't like the fire powers. I don't like the fireball sound effect. Sounds weird. It sounds bad to me. Mike said he didn't notice it.
No, I think you're right. It feels like it's tonally just like a little bit up the scale from where it normally is.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like a fireball.
So I don't have to get on the top of every flagpole to get everything in this game?
Yes, you do.
Oh, I still do? Okay. So I have to go back and replay that level to hit the top of the flagpole. Okay. Right.
Which will take you like 30. Most of the levels are pretty short, so it's not really a big deal. But...
Yeah, I'm actually surprised. I mean, I guess this isn't like a mainline Mario game, quote unquote, because it's a 2D one.
Yes, it is. I think it is.
But it's crazy they got a new Zelda and a new.
If you push one of the bumper buttons will bring up like a map view, and then from there you can look at the information and see if you finished all the challenges in the level or not. Also, Mario's like a terrorist in this level. Leave these chipmunks alone.
I mean, if they wanted to be left alone, they shouldn't have sided with Bowser.
I don't think they are. I think you're just passing through. I think they're just trying to get you to leave their territory alone. I don't know if you got the music turned way up, but when you're elephant, whatever, whether it's Luigi or Mario or whatever, like they add like tuba and stuff to the music.
That's what you always want to hear from Mario games, is the music does something silly. And, see, now he's trying to run away with my coin? Like, what?
That's it. This is his territory, man. You're stealing that coin.
Yeah, the way the elephant Luigi goes down the pipe is...
So I don't know if you were there or not, but I was trying to figure out, maybe with Alex the other night, if Elephant, if Baldur's Gate 3 or Elephant Peach and Elephant Daisy will spawn
The
more
fetish
porn.
object of
Yeah.
of this year.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like there's just so much variety in Baldur's Gate that it kind of feels like the.
Yeah, but we've never had I don't think we've ever had an elephant lady
can
with
push
bloomers
the
on
pipe.
before.
What?
Yeah.
I mean, that's true. I don't know, man. I feel like Peach and Daisy can't hit the levels of Bowsette, no matter what.
Oh, maybe not. Yeah, I forgot about Bowsette. Leave that chipmunk alone. Damn. I have to kill him.
So somebody apparently, I don't know if they used like an AI thing or whatever to make one of the flowers say fuck, and like Nintendo got very upset about it.
Yeah, great.
Like made him take it down.
Yeah, even just the way I really love also like when you're elephant, you're like one block taller than normal, so you have to like duck down.
I'm tripping balls, man. I feel like Starman are falling from the sky.
Pretty crazy.
So if you don't get the Wonder Seed, does the level stay tripping balls until you get to the flagpole?
I don't know. The levels may not be finishable if you don't get that Wonder Seed. I'm not sure.
I'm also really glad that there's just not like 17 different colored toads that are the like multiplayer characters in this. They had
Well, there
Peach and
are if
Daisy.
you
Well, sure, but
there's Mario and Luigi and Peach and Daisy and
there were several
two
Yoshis.
regular toads and two girl toads, I think. And then yeah, there's like a bunch of different Yoshis and then Nabbit for some reason. But also in multiplayer, Yoshi is rideable.
Oh, nice. So who gets control? The person playing as Yoshi?
The person playing as Yoshi, I believe. And then also Yoshi does the Yoshi jump
Nice.
and can use his tongue, but he can't turn into an elephant or whatever.
Yeah, that's what it said. That he can't take damage, but he doesn't get power-ups. And the same with Nabbit. I mean, that was always the thing with Nabbit, right? Is he's like easy mode, pretty much.
Yeah, I couldn't remember. Could you play as Nabbit and
I think in New Super Mario Brothers
Wii
U,
U? Yeah.
you can play as Nabbit. Oh no, he's farting his way across the flower kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so I went to. So we haven't talked since I was in Tennessee.
No.
I went to see 7 horror movies overnight.
Mm-hmm. How'd that work out? Well, I know what one of them was, so you at least had a good time for an hour and a half there.
Yes, the first movie was Opera, Dario Argento, Opera.
Okay.
And if you ever doubted that Italians love their eyeball torture, that movie has not.
You've never seen an Italian horror movie.
Yeah, right. But that movie like sets a new like high bar for eyeball torture. Not in terms like I still think the single scene in Zombie 2 is still like the best single moment of eyeball torture. But for like pure volume of eyeball torture, Opera has a woman get shot in the eye and like you see the bullet go through her head and splat, and then she falls on the ground and her eye is like a bloody, and
well, it's part of the box art for that movie, right?
yes, I was gonna say the killer does the thing where he wants the opera star to watch all the murders, so he tapes he has like athletic tape with no, they're like needles, like sewing
needles, yeah,
and tapes them under her eyes so that if she tries to like squish her eye, like close her eyes tight, she'll get stabbed in the eye with the needles, so she has to watch him kill the other victims. Oh, he kept his badge safe.
It's been probably close to 20 years since I've seen that movie,
But then at the end, when
good.
the killer is discovered, the way they discover the killer involves ravens, and a raven rips out the killer's eyeball, and then it's on the floor, and the raven goes to find it and eat it.
No, that's what ravens do. That's why a raven is like a writing desk.
Yes. Badges will take some trouble out of your travels.
I remember that movie having like a sick soundtrack too.
I mean, it's an Italian horror movie, so, you know.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, the training ground. The parachute cap. Press R or shake the controller. Okay.
Press R in midair. What is a phone?
They were like, we gave Link this fucking glider thing.
So you can do
So
it with
Mario needs one. I guess Mario had it in Mario Kart, right? This is like the Mario Kart
Oh yeah.
glider.
I mean, you also like there's Raccoon Tail and Cape and that's actually there is no like flight thing in this game that I've seen anyway. So
That's
it's like
surprising.
yeah.
That's kind of like the first new Super Mario Brothers did not have a flying.
I had like the helicopter right in the later ones.
Yes. And then
But I
the
don't think
squirrel,
they're-
the flying squirrel suit.
Oh, that's
that can
right.
glide.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Bull Rush coming through. Here comes the Hoppos.
Mm-hmm.
Break time. Hurry, hurry.
Also, just in case you were wondering if these are drugs, remember that the name of this world is the Pipe Rock Plateau. So it's definitely drugs.
Hi. Go, go, go.
Dash to get the Wonder Seed. Oh, you have to hit that.
Oh, yeah.
Because yeah, when you jump, when your meter's full, you do the Mario 3 jump. But
Yeah.
as far as I'm aware, there's no way to.
Here we go.
So does this have like an excessively difficult final world that is not required to see the ending, or?
It has it has like a Super Mario World style secret world. So there's like a star world, and those are where the super duper difficult levels are. I didn't think there was a few levels where I died like 9 or 10 times or whatever, but I didn't really have a very hard time with the game in general.
Yeah, I mean that's always kind of the thing, right? Is like it's like getting through
Just-
it is not that difficult, but some of the okay, how do I get down there?
I'll just point out that tree is moving a bit when you jump on it.
Wow, sorry.
How do you feel? Are you noticing that the voices are different?
The volume isn't quite loud enough for me to. There we go. But now it ran past, so I think I might have screwed myself.
I think you can pound it one more. Yeah, there you go. They might respawn. I don't remember.
Well, he's not over there.
But
Okay,
yeah,
he did respond.
generally speaking, I really love this game. I would say that the only thing that it has a little bit of the Mario Odyssey thing where there's just like there's times where there's some things where I would have liked to have seen them revisit some of the ideas a little bit.
Is the second world like far and away the worst one, and you couldn't figure out why they made it the second one?
No. But there's times where it's like, it's hard to tell if the ideas are half baked or if they like it's like you could have done this a couple more times and made it a little bit harder and a little bit more intense, and
I mean, I feel
that
like
would have been cool.
even as early as like Mario Galaxy, like some of the half-baked ideas are kind of some of the best. Like
Yeah.
that's kind of the charm, right? Is you're like, I don't a cloud. Why he's a cloud? He's wearing a cloud
I'm
suit.
a bee.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's not that the ideas are bad. It's more that it's just like a lot of times you'll do a thing for like 40 seconds and then you'll never do it again.
Yeah, but
It's just like, oh,
that's
you could've-
Kuribo's shoe, right? Like that was.
I guess. Yeah, but that's I don't know. Yeah, but it wouldn't have been nice if you like if there had been like I don't know like 2 more levels where you actually had to use that for something. Would have been okay.
I mean, I think kind of part of the charm of Kuribo's shoe is that it is only in that one. Like it's so weird. It's just in that one place.
It's true.
Okay. Oop. All right. I don't know.
I don't. I guess those are supposed to be mushrooms. I don't really know what those are supposed to be. Those are just big walking dogs.
Three, two. I don't know what.
Oh.
Huh. Okay.
If you keep that if you hit that bubble 3 times before it lands, you'll get some items.
I was trying to figure out what that was. What's going on with that? But now I didn't get the Wonder Seed. Then the acid wore
You
off.
have to restart the level or replay it. Yeah, you have to stay with the herd of the buffalo guys. I do like that they're wearing track pants.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Okay. Yeah, so the first movie was Opera. The second movie, as you know, because I put it on Discord while I was sitting in the theater, was Ernest Scared Stupid.
That was very exciting. How'd that hold up? Did
You know
you have
what?
a good
I had
time?
a lot of of fun with it.
Okay, good.
Especially as a kid's movie, I think it's aged really well, actually.
That's good. It's
I
a
mean-
good follow up to a movie like Opera.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
Less
it's the
eye
classic,
torture.
you know, the kids are trying to tell the adults, and none of the adults believe them.
Yeah, that's every kids movie in the '80s, pretty much. That's why I still don't trust adults to this day.
Exactly. Okay, I already got that.
Yeah, it is kind of nice. You get when you get those big flower coins. If you collect them once, you don't have to do it again. So even if you like grab it as you're falling into a hole or something, you still get credit. Okay, so what was did they give you some yak to snack on
Yeah.
during that?
Real Bulgarian miak.
Something feels.
Yeah, so they that was kind of interesting because in all the times that I have been there for that kind of thing, they've never showed a kids movie before during that event.
Remember a Hocus Pocus or a...
Yeah, right, exactly. Never. Okay, coins.
I have a feeling it's probably mostly downhill from here, but
The third film was In the Mouth of Madness, John Carpenter.
oh wow, okay, that's a this is a much better lineup than what I mean. Like, usually by the third one, it's like some like crazy, like Korean bullshit that I've never heard of before.
Oh, we're getting there, bud.
Okay, all right.
So, although I remember the first year I went and they showed Devil Fetus, and you were like, "Oh yeah, I know what that movie is," and I was like, "Wait, I'm sorry, what?"
Devil Fetus rules. Yeah.
Devil Fetus does rule, but I was surprised when you knew what it was, just based on the sheer weirdness of it.
Whatever, I can't remember what message board it was, but whatever message board it was where I found like Ricky O and like that was like where the first time I heard of like House, and you know what I mean.
Yeah, that tracks.
Anyways.
But yeah, in the Month of Madness, which actually makes this the second year in a row that they've shown a Sam Neill movie. Last year they showed Event Horizon.
Sure.
So.
I don't. Are there any more Sam Neill horror movies?
Possession, which they showed not during the marathon, but they did show as a midnight, or not even in midnight actually. Now that I say that out loud, they just showed it not long ago. And I went before I moved. They showed Possession, which that's the one where Isabella Johnny fucks the weird octopus monster.
Oh right. Okay. Yep. I know that movie. Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Apparently he's in the Omen 3 as well.
Oh, that's right. He plays. Yeah, he's President Damien.
Yep.
Whatever, right?
Yep.
The set piece is ripped off directly from Sunset Riders. No, they do knock down the flagpole. The fourth movie, though, was a Hong Kong film called Red Spell Spells Red. Which,
okay.
if you
got me on this one,
if you've ever felt like Evil Dead needed more kung fu,
I mean, okay,
I have a movie for you, my friend.
I'm listening.
So basically, there's like light touches of Cannibal Holocaust. Apparently, the version we watched was edited to remove like scenes of real animal brutality that like similar to Cannibal Holocaust, but the one that they showed didn't have that stuff in it. Like apparently, there's a scene where like the documentary crew is visiting this sort of indigenous tribe or whatever, and they ask her to kill a turtle, and in the uncut version, you just see her fucking kill a turtle.
Kill a turtle
live on screen. Journey Together.
That's not a good use of a turtle.
No, it's really not. When you play online, you can have fun with folks from anywhere.
Yeah, it's worth like checking out, but I forget who, somebody on a podcast like mostly played the game that way and really enjoyed it, but I don't, for me it wasn't.
Didn't work for you.
No, I want to play Mario by myself, I think, unless we're gonna go full on 4-player complete nonsense, which is also fun. Yeah. Look how sad these hoppos look. Because they know what's about to happen and they don't like it.
Well, look, man, they've got these Goombas roaming around here, you know.
I don't know why these Goombas all have toupees either. It's just a weird thing where most of the Goombas in the game have hair for some reason.
But yeah, so basically this documentary crew, like, they go to... Where is it supposed to be? I can't remember. The movie was made in Hong Kong, but the documentary crew they're a Hong Kong documentary crew that goes to Malaysia or something, and they basically, like, visit this site where at one point a witch doctor or whatever was like doing black magic and was sealed away by like these 4 priests, and so they of course like disturb the tomb, and the spirit of the witch doctor like gets out because, you know, it's a horror movie. And so that's like the main premise then is that the ghost of the witch doctor is doing, you know, bad stuff. And yeah, there's like a scene that is basically lifted straight out of Evil Dead, where one of the crew members is like dragged through the woods, and you like in the exact like style of a Sam Raimi, you know, like the following camera,
shaky cam.
yeah, and, you know, so it's just like it's totally shameless. But in the end, they confront they get like a, you know, a priest or whatever, or some, I think 4 priests just like happened originally to help them confront the spirit of the witch doctor, and they basically solve the problem by kung fuing the ghost of the witch doctor.
Sure. I mean, how else are you gonna defeat a?
Yeah. So similar, you know, not entirely dissimilar to Devil Fetus. There's no like weird monster humping, like there is in Devil Fetus. So
It's bad. Missed opportunity.
you lose
there.
out on that aspect. Yeah. The 5th movie was God Told Me To. Larry Cohen.
Oh yeah,
Chest Vagina.
that's a pretty good movie.
That is a pretty good movie. I like how
Yeah.
one of my favorite things about Larry Cohen horror movies is on some level they're all like detective procedurals for some reason.
Yes. Yep.
Even the stuff, right? Like he's an insurance adjuster or whatever, an insurance whatever guy, but he's like it's the same. You know, he's a detective type character. Yeah, but I feel like you had told me previously that God Told Me To takes a fucking left turn at the end, and I was like, okay, sure. And then I saw it, and I was like, holy shit!
What the fuck?
I did not expect spoilers for anybody watching, because there are people watching the stream right now. Spoilers for God Told Me To. Space Jesus with a ribcage vagina is not really, that wasn't on my bingo card, if I'm being, you know, just perfectly honest about it. So, the Poplin shop.
Well, he's like the bad guy is like a hermaphrodite, right? That wants to like absorb his like half brother into his vagina chest, right? Something like
I
that.
guess that technically makes him. I mean, being able to. I feel like it's implied that he
but
grows
he's a
the chest vagina
hermaphrodite.
at will.
Yeah, in the way that like worms are or something. Like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah.
What's the standee? I want the standee surprise. I guess I want to be
Yeah.
surprised.
But yeah, for most of the movie, you think he's just like a weird serial killer, and you're following the cop that's trying to catch him.
Yes.
And then it just turns, and then it goes bananas for the last 10 minutes.
It turns out he's Space Jesus, and
Mhm.
the detective is also Space Jesus.
Yes.
Yeah, that was a weird one. And then at the end of the last 2 films of the night, into the morning, the last 2 films of the morning, I suppose, were the most bisexual films of the event. In slot number 6, we had Gothic, which is the extremely horny fictionalized version of the weekend where Mary Shelley wrote Frankenstein. Gabriel Byrne plays Lord Byron, and young Julian Sands plays Percy Bysshe Shelley, and oh boy,
Oh yeah.
there's a whole, that is one of the horniest horror movies I have ever seen in my life.
I've heard of it, but I've never seen it. It is kind of infamous for.
And I think if, like, the thing that's interesting is that I remember seeing it in the video store as a kid, and, like, the art has, like, a sleep paralysis demon sitting on Mary Shelley's chest, but, like, I didn't know what a sleep paralysis demon was at the time. And furthermore, I didn't realize that was Mary Shelley. But the box art is like, it's pretty bad, and it's one of those things where like this is I feel like the box art for this film did it a massive disservice, because if I had better conveyed to me what this movie was about, I probably would have watched it a long time ago. which I feel like is actually a thing that happened to Ken Russell a lot, because I also actually, one of the ones that was on my list to try to watch this month that I didn't get around to was Lair of the White Worm, which is also a Ken Russell movie that I've heard is like bananas and super horny, and also had terrible VHS box art where it just looked like a cheap straight to video, you know, kind of thing. So I can only have one badge at a time, right?
Yes.
So I want the parachute hat. I don't need to get like the big mushroom right away.
No, like there's some there's like one badge that just gives you like a free redo if you fall in a hole. And there's some other, there's a bunch of different badges. I think there's like one that like will beep if you're next to a secret.
Okay.
But generally speaking, I just stuck with the ones that actually give you powers because it made the game more fun to play.
Right. Yeah. So yeah. So that is. I think
Is that worth checking out?
Yes, I think so. My Letterboxd review, I think, was just bisexual disaster Percy Bysshe Shelley. Oh wow, I have so many options about where. Oh, there's a castle. There's a royal seed in there. Yeah, it's young Gabriel Byrne and young Julian Sands and she was married. The woman, Liam Neeson's now dead wife. She like had a brain bleed and a skiing trip or whatever, and like died in her sleep. She plays Mary Shelley.
I could probably look it up.
Natasha Richardson? Is that her name?
Probably. Yes, that's it.
Yeah, so she plays Mary Shelley, and she's great in it. So yeah, I feel like, we talk about the 80s being this like sort of bananas renaissance for horror movies, and I think, some people just associate that with like, oh, there were all these like really popular ones and these huge franchises like Nightmare on Elm Street and Friday the 13th. But in fact, I think also a big part of it is that there were so many just deeply weird horror movies that got made, including ones like that, where it's just like, I don't even... like, it's not a Frankenstein movie because it's not actually about Frankenstein. It's about the writing of Frankenstein, but it's not even really about that either.
Yeah, right. It's almost like more of a historical fiction.
Yes, but also like, again, deeply weird and extremely horny. And then the last movie, again, rounding out the bisexual section of the evening, was Sorority House Massacre, which just has, it's one of those 80s slasher movies where there's just a scene of a bunch of girls without a dude in sight, like trying on clothes and getting completely naked when they change outfits for no reason. Oh, so the thing that was letting me jump straight up on the first wall jump was the badge. Yeah, I guess I'll wear that for now. We'll see how it works out. I might prefer to have the parachute hat, but we'll see. See what happens. And that one was, it's like, it was fun enough, but it's a pretty like bog standard 80s slasher. It's one of the relatively few like directed by a woman, which is noteworthy.
does that make any kind of difference?
It's hard to, when you know that, it feels kind of like it's hard to say, because it's sort of like,
Tough choice. Wow.
like, you know that, so maybe just because I knew that, it sort of felt like some of the horniness was just like not directly for the titillation of a male audience.
What you gonna
But
go with?
that might just be the fact that I knew who directed it. You know what I mean? So it's just like, is that really? Was it like, if if I didn't have that piece of context, would I have felt that way about it, or would it have been like, no, this is still like, it's just a super horny, like, college girls get sliced up movie.
I do see in the cast there's two police officer characters named Officer Kruger and Officer Voorhees.
Yes,
So
yes, there surely is. Yeah, I don't know. I guess like, so
I don't think I've
allegedly-
seen this movie, but
But you
maybe
might
I have, because they're all pretty much the same at a certain point, except for like there's a few that really stand out. Like obviously like Slumber Party Massacre 2 or
Well,
whatever.
that was
but-
the thing that I thought was kind of interesting, is that when it was, before it started, the person who introduced it said like, it's in some way, it's like sort of related to the Slumber Party Massacre movies, and I was like, okay, how so? Like, they didn't really
Did the killer
elaborate.
did the killer sing at any time?
I regret to inform you that there were no musical numbers from the killer,
Who cares?
and certainly nothing on the level of Let's Buzz.
That's all right. That sounds like a pretty good lineup of.
Yeah, I mean, it was. I had a lot of fun with it. I can see where this one would be easier if I still had power on it.
Yeah, I don't think I got.
Oh no! Oh, I finally lost a life.
You get between 1 and 3 Wonder Seeds, depending on how fast you complete these.
Oh,
And
that's
I don't
the
think
deal.
I don't think I got 3 on any of them. But I only did them all once, so I never gave them a second try. But yeah, you're trying to like defeat the enemies as quickly as possible.
Yeah, I mean, that I got. I just didn't realize that there was a level
Yeah.
of, like, doing it faster would yield more Wonder Seeds. Or, whatever not.
Well, good. I honestly, if I had to pick of the ones that I can remember, that one sounds overall like the most appealing lineup to me.
That's what I've been telling people. Like, I think this is actually the best year out of all the years I've gone. I think this was the best one.
But also, it helps that there's like it starts off with 3 movies that I'm familiar with and like.
Right. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
opening with Argento, like,
Yeah.
they can't go wrong with that, right? And then,
Argento, Ernest, and Carpenter, the
Yes.
3 icons of 80s horror films. Yeah. Or, well, I guess 70s and 80s, but. Well, Opera's from the 80s, right?
Opera's lady. Yeah, it's a later Argento.
Yeah.
Which, like, it's also just like a straight up giallo, which is kind of weird for that. Like, by that point, I felt like both, like, just straight up giallo and, like, Argento in particular wasn't really interested in doing that much anymore, but apparently he was, because that's what that movie is.
Sometimes you just like, go back to it, you know?
Yeah. Sometimes you just have to eat shaving cream and throw it up, you know?
That's good. That sounds like fun. I found out that like pretty much all of the Friday the 13th movies are on Hulu.
Nice.
So I've watched 3 of those in 3 days.
Which 3?
And-
1, 2, and 3?
So I'm just watching them right in order. Yeah.
3 is my sentimental favorite, but I also recognize that that's not, like, the popular take.
I mean, they're pretty much all the same movie.
You're not wrong.
I don't know. I would have said 1 or 4 maybe.
4 and
But I
6
haven't-
are kind of the fan favorites, but 3,
Yeah.
I've actually seen it in 3D a bunch of times, because the movie theater here used to show it when I was, like, in high school and college. Every Friday the 13th, they would show Friday the 13th 3 in 3D. Oh, there's something over here.
That's definitely like the first two are a little bit more like straight, and then three is definitely where they're like, all right, we're just gonna be silly.
Right.
But I mean, also it's so weird. It's just weird to watch those first three movies, and like Jason is maybe the most iconic horror character of the modern era of like movies or whatever. And it's just like he doesn't even become the icon until the end of the third movie.
Right.
You know, all the things that you associate with that franchise are, aside from I guess horny teens getting mutilated, like most of that stuff isn't even in that. Like the Jason that you know isn't in those movies until the end of the third one.
Yeah, right, exactly.
And also the prosthetics that they use for his face in 2 and 3 is so bad and goofy looking.
Yeah.
Although he is very creepy with the pillowcase on his head.
Baghead Jason is it's
Yeah.
a look. I mean, I
But
like
I
Amy
don't-
Steele a lot as Ginny. She's great, and that's the best part of 2 is that
Yes.
she's great.
She's probably maybe I don't know. I haven't seen, like I said, a lot of these movies I haven't seen in a while. So, but she's definitely my favorite of the murder victims in the movies so far.
Yeah.
But I mean, those movies are just they're like fucking McDonald's hamburgers or whatever,
Right.
or like
Yeah.
potato chips. I could just sit down and just watch them over and over and over again because they're all pretty much the same and they're all pretty consumable.
Yeah, absolutely.
But
You know, I've always hated these guys. I never remember what they're called.
they're like, it's called like Spike or something, aren't they?
Maybe they are just called Spike, yeah.
Apparently, the foreman of the demolition crew and wrecking
Spike.
crew is also named Spike. Yeah. But yeah, these guys are just called Spike. But I think they're a Super Mario 3 character too.
Yeah,
I mean,
yes.
there are other ones, but I don't. And Anthony hasn't played this because his kids are playing Mario Maker 2
Still, huh?
and just having a lot of fun making levels for each other right
Yeah.
now, and they aren't interested in this, which is awesome. I think I like Mario Maker and Mario Maker 2 are very different things than most other Mario games, but
Yes.
there is a real magic in that tool set.
Love that sound. Love that sound.
Yeah, those games are. I mean, the only thing that I didn't, especially the first one, had like some real discoverability problems.
Yeah, and they both do. They're both garbage as far as that's concerned.
But yeah, I mean,
But when you-
like you said, if you are just making levels for like your friends or your siblings or whatever, then that doesn't really matter, right? So
Yeah. It's 45 minutes. Then October is officially over here.
I still got a little bit more time than that, but
Makes me a little sad
yeah,
because I love September and October, and
November.
I fucking
less
hate.
so.
November is not that great, and then we're deep in the middle of winter, and I don't like that at all.
This pipe, it can't hold us.
This pipe, it can't hold us. I don't know. Have you played any scary games or anything?
I mean, aside from what we like streamed together, no, not really. I played a little bit of like Super Ghouls and Ghosts when I like on Switch Online when I was in Tennessee.
Yeah.
Just because like my friends were working that I was staying with, and so I was just like, oh, well, I'll just pull out the Switch and play some stuff. No, Dale says, happy Halloween, guys. I'm way behind on new wrestling games. Which should I play first, Retromania Wrestling or WrestleQuest? Eric, did you play WrestleQuest? I think you were talking about checking
I don't.
it out.
I played the demo of it, and I wasn't really blown away, which is why I didn't buy the game.
Yeah, I mean, it's like a
and then-
turn-based RPG, right? With like wrestling theming, kind of, right?
Yeah, I mean, they like actually paid for the licenses for a lot of wrestlers, so like Macho Man and some other
Right.
people are actually in it.
I think, right?
Yeah. I don't. It seems it's a little. It's one of those things where it's just like hitting you over the head so constantly with so many wrestling references that it's just not fun. You know what I mean? It's like, it's like the Ethan Chang, they're throwing the quarters in your face
Quarters.
analogy from Hobo with a Shotgun, where just like, this is all stuff that I like, but when you're just like rubbing it in my eyes the whole time, I don't enjoy it as much. That was kind of like, that was what the demo felt like to me. Also, the turn-based wrestling combat thing was just not, I didn't think it was that interesting, but I don't know. It's one of those things where if it had come out like 15 years ago and there wasn't so many other things to play, I probably would have checked it out anyways, but I just kind of passed on it.
Yeah, and I feel like Retromania Wrestling, I actually didn't. I meant to check it out because it's like sort of this spiritual successor to WrestleFest.
Is that like a? Oh, okay, yeah, that's the one that's got like Lumini and
Yeah, Legion of Doom and
yeah. Tommy Dreamer.
Zack Ryder or whatever.
Yeah.
Not actually Zack Ryder. What's his real name? I mean, actually Zack Ryder, but he doesn't go by that name anymore.
The Animal, Austin Idol, Big Stevie Cool, Blue Meanie, Brian Myers,
That's,
Colt Cabana, Hawk,
Love that sound.
Hollywood Nova, Jeff Cobb, Johnny Retro, Matt Cardona,
Matt
Nick
Cardona.
Aldis,
That's who, yeah.
Nikita Koloff, Tommy Dreamer, Warhorse, Zack Sabre Jr.
Zack Sabre Jr. is pretty good.
And then it looks like James Storm, Mr. Hughes, and Chris Bay are coming as DLC. So that's a weird lineup of, I guess, just random people they could afford to get to be in the game.
Right, yeah. Well, it's also kind of weird because it's like some of those people are like, you know, current, like, active, like Zack Sabre Jr. and Jeff Cobb, right? Like they're like active wrestlers, and you know, a bunch
Yeah.
of them are,
That's been out for a while, right?
yeah, that's been out for like well over a year at this point.
This pipe, it can't hold us.
But yeah, I don't know. If I'd heard, it's most of the people that I've heard, like Dan Reichert played some WrestleQuest and talked about it on his podcast, the Fire Escape Cast, and I think Alex Navarro talked about it a little on Nextlander, and they were both in that category where it was just like, it's just like there's the references come like so fast and furious that it's just kind of not fun at a certain point, but
Yeah. Which, I mean, that's a bummer, but it's,
it makes sense to me though. I'm also the sort of person that if you give me too much of something that I like,
there is
Then
such
I
a
will-
thing
I
as
will-
too much of a good thing.
yeah. If you make a wrestling reference, then it's like, oh, that's cool. But when it's just like your whole thing is just endless wrestling references, it's not as interesting.
Hold us.
Aha.
I won.
Hmm.
Wow. What's this?
I forgot about this one.
Ooh. It's kind of interesting. You ready?
There's a lot of musical numbers in this game.
Are any of them as good as Let's Buzz from Some Party Master?
I would say that the very first one with the singing piranha plants is probably on that same plane, but I don't know if any of the other ones are quite up to that standard.
That was fun. Oh, yeah.
All right. Well, I think I'm gonna call it because we're gonna be back at this tomorrow night. I think doing something. Are we finishing Payday? Maybe is that what
If people still have Game Pass, then I would be interested in playing some more of that. But if not, then we'll find
You
something
get
else to
those
do.
you get those friend passes, but those might not work for people who have already had Game Pass. Like I don't know if
Yeah.
Mike could actually use one of those. You know.
Yeah, I still have my subscription to Game
Right.
Pass.
Same.
Because they just added Dead Space remake.
Oh, nice. I will
So-
have to check that out.
Yeah. The only problem is there's so many fucking video games,
There
man.
are so many video games.
But they just added War Tales too, which is something that I wanted to check out.
I don't even know what that is.
It's like a turn-based tactical strategy.
What's this?
Thing.
What's the Souls-like thing I've been seeing trailers for before movies at the movie theater? That is
What?
like, that I didn't know anything about until I saw a trailer for it at the movie theater. So weird.
What was it?
Dale says, "Thank you guys. I need to get that Retromania Wrestling with it having a Fire Pro Wrestle / WrestleFest hybrid gameplay. Have a great Halloween. You too, man. Happy Halloween." God, what is it? It's like Lords of something.
Oh, Lords of the Fallen?
Lords of the Fallen. I think so. Yeah.
So the hilarious thing about that game is that there was another Lords of the Fallen that came out like 10 years ago.
Yeah, in 2014.
And so they made a sequel, but they just called it Lords of the Fallen again. That's pretty much all I know about it. That first game was not that good, so
Yeah, like they were showing.
they have movie trailers.
Yes, like
Okay, it's weird.
you know, I mean commercials in the movie theater. I guess it's not really it's not a movie trailer. But
Yeah, well, whatever.
It's really
Yeah.
strange. And I didn't know anything about. I mean, I feel like the Souls likes now are kind of a dime a dozen. Like just everybody's making a Souls. I mean, they fucking made one about Pinocchio, right? So like, where are we going with this?
Everybody's saying that is the best ripoff Souls game. So I'm gonna play that
Didn't
at some
people
point, I
say
guess.
that about Neo too, though? Not Neo 2, but Neo as well. I feel like people said that Neo 2 wasn't as good as Neo, but I feel
Those
like
games are kind of more loot based in a way that the Souls games are, but no, that game's okay. There's so
isn't
many.
The Pinocchio one is on Game Pass, isn't it? Or is going
It is,
to be?
yeah. It's also supposed to be quite a bit shorter than some of those other ones. But yeah, I don't. I guess Lords of the Fallen came out a couple of weeks ago, but
Oh, really?
I don't care about it.
Yeah, I mean, same here, obviously. All right, man. I'm gonna.
Yeah, I gotta go pass out.
Yeah, I might try to watch this new 4K I got of Creepshow, but I don't know if I'll make it through the whole thing. The nice thing about Creepshow is like you can watch one segment and just watch the next one tomorrow. So,
You should watch the one where the guy turned into moss. It's my favorite one.
that's a good one. They're all good. First Creepshow, they're all good. Second,
All right. Yeah.
second Creepshow is all right. Second Creepshow only has 3 stories, so it's a little hurt by that. And also one of them has like a cigar store Native American murdering people. That's Creepshow too, right? I'm not.
I think so.
It has
So it has the blob. It has that one.
the oil slick,
and-
the murderous like oil slick in the lake.
Yeah.
Yeah, and cigar store. Native American, and what's the third one? I can't remember.
I don't remember.
Oh, anyways,
Shout out to George Romero.
yes, for sure. And
He's made some pretty good horror movies, as it turns out.
yeah. And we'll be back tomorrow with Payday, maybe, or something else.
Hopefully, yeah.
Everybody.
Bye.